There we go. Okay, let's try that again. Hello and welcome to the second annual New Jersey Youth Transitions Conference, Day 2. My name is April DePietro and I represent the Camden County Partnership for Children on behalf of the YTC Planning Committee. We will place a registration form in the chat box for you to share your contact information so that we can share the recordings and resources with you from this workshop. Please note, for those who are seeking continuing education credits, you are required to complete the form, as this is the contact method in which we will send you your proof of attendance today. Today's workshop will be hosted via the same link you have joined with today. You can see the full schedule on our website, and I will share the agenda on the screen after the conclusion of this workshop. Our presenter today is Ursula Baker from the New Jersey Division of Disability Services, who will be presenting on the topic NJ Able, Save While You Preserve SSI and Medicaid. The floor is yours, Ursula. Thank you. You're muted, friend.
Okay, there. Can you guys hear me? I apologize. This is the hardest part of my presentation, is unmuting myself. I'm going to share my screen. Please let me know when you can see it. I'm gonna
yes, ma'am.
Over. Okay.
It's all good. It is up.
Okay, you can only see the main screen, yes?
That is correct, ma'am, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna try something else. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it like that.
All right, perfect. Okay. It looks good on our end.
Great, thank you so much for your patience. Again, my name is Ursula Baker. I am the Information and Referral Unit Supervisor at the Division of Disability Services, and I also serve as the ABLE representative for the state of New Jersey. So today, what we're going to do is going to provide you with some basic information about New Jersey ABLE and its benefits and how it will affect your SSI benefits and Medicaid benefits. The division's mission is to provide a single point of entry for anyone who is seeking information about their disability or any information that's going to promote the maximum independence in their lives. We're responsible for sharing any information that's going to help you do that. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen. So what is ABLE? ABLE helps individuals with disabilities and their families. It allows individuals with disabilities to save in special savings accounts. What I want to do is trying to move this. Okay. All right. So it allows you to save for disability related expenses on a tax-free basis. The best part about this program is that the funds in the account do not count towards the asset resource limit established by means-based benefit programs such as Medicaid, Supplemental Security Income, HUD, even your SNAP benefits. The funds in these accounts are intended to supplement, not replace, government benefits. So that's important. Anything that you currently use your Medicaid benefits for, you don't want to use the savings that you've placed in these accounts to cover those. It's a supplement. ABLE accounts are easy to establish, it's easy to use, they have low maintenance costs, and the assets grow tax-free. How does one qualify to open a New Jersey ABLE account? Well, in order to be eligible, individuals must meet two requirements. One, your disability was present before the age of 26. And I want to mention that Senate leaders and advocates have been working very hard to amend this and call it the Able Age Adjustment Act. This will allow able account owners the eligibility for that age would expand before the age of 26 to before the age of 46. This would expand the total pool of eligible able participants from 8 million to 14 million people. The other requirement, one that's listed here, must be true. Either you are eligible for SSI or SSDI because of a disability, or you experience blindness as determined by the Social Security Act, or you have a similarly severe disability with a written diagnosis from a licensed physician that can be produced if requested. Just so you know, proof of eligibility is not required at the time when you open the account. However, it is recommended that you maintain a record of your diagnosis or a benefits verification letter or all other relevant documents in the event that you are required to prove eligibility at a later time. What can ABLE funds be used for? The funds can be used for any qualified disability-related expense that fall in these 11 categories before you. For example, education. You could use it for education and training. You can pay for tuition, pay for a tutor, or any other educational resources. Housing. You could use it to purchase a home, pay your current rent, or make home modifications. Transportation is listed there. You can use these expenses for mass transit, Uber or Lyft, whichever one you prefer, or for your own vehicle expenses. Another one is employment. You could use the funds for employment, job-related training, job development, or even starting your own business. Any expense that is incurred as a result of living with a disability and is intended to improve quality of life is a qualified disability expense. It is not limited to just medical necessity. Some other benefits of having an ABLE account. There are special tax advantages. ABLE savings may grow and be withdrawn tax-free, provided that those savings are used for qualified disability-related expenses. Earnings may compound federally tax-deferred, maximizing the return on your investment. And what this means is any earnings made on the money that is invested does not get reported on the account owner's tax return yearly. Some other benefits, as I mentioned before, there is no impact on government benefits. ABLE assets will be disregarded or receive favorable treatment when determining eligibility for most important means-tested benefits. The two most common, supplemental security income and Medicaid. So the impact it will have on your SSI benefits. Any balances over $100,000, balances of $100,000 or less are excluded from your SSI resource limit. Anything over that $100,000, then your SSI cash benefits will be suspended, but Medicaid will continue. And with Medicaid eligibility, ABLE assets are disregarded. They are not considered legally an asset. So no amount that you have in your account will affect your Medicaid eligibility. I must mention that New Jersey ABLE is subject to a Medicaid payback provision. Any assets remaining in the ABLE account when a beneficiary dies can be used to reimburse a state for Medicaid payments that were made on behalf of the beneficiary after the creation of an ABLE account. The state would be required to file that claim. The account owner's family or friends or POA is not responsible for filing the claim. The state is responsible for doing so. Want to share with you some ABLE facts. The designated ABLE beneficiary is the account owner. So the beneficiary of the account is the account owner. Although another person, such as a parent, a guardian, or a person with power of attorney, may be allowed signature authority over the account. Income earned by the account will not be taxed as long as withdrawals are used for qualified expenses. Contributions to the account can be made by anyone, the account beneficiary, family, and friends. And contributions must be made using post-tax dollars. The contributions themselves are not intended to be tax deductible, although some states may allow deductions against state income taxes. New Jersey is not one of those states. It does not. However, the funds within the account grow tax-free. Contributions must be made using post-tax dollars. I probably said that already. You can also open an account in any state that allows outside residents. Currently, there are 46 states that allow outside residents, including DC. And because the accounts are already taxed, have already been taxed, it will not be tax deductible for purposes of federal taxes. ABLE accounts are user-friendly. You can open up an account online with as little as $25. You can also access your account 24/7 from a personal computer, a tablet, or a mobile device. You can also access your account by phone or online. Contribute more, pay less. So the New Jersey ABLE's maximum contribution is $16,000 per year, with a lifetime contribution limit of $305,000. This lifetime contribution max is specific to New Jersey ABLE. Other states' plans have different maximum values. There are low fees. The annualized investment cost on assets per investment option range from 0.34% to 0.38%, depending on which investment option you select, and we'll talk about that on the next slide. Each account is charged an account maintenance fees of $15 each quarter. That works out to be $60 annually or $5 a month. There is always a minimal transaction fee, as with any investment. Anytime you make changes, there are transaction fees. However, this fee can be discounted if you select email delivery for your statements and confirmations, which comes out to be about $45 annually or $3.75 monthly. New Jersey is still trying to go green, so there's a discount for doing so. Here are those investment options. There's one to fit anyone's need. So New Jersey ABLE offers a range of investment options to match both your goals and comfort with risk. There you can go from aggressive options, seeking higher returns, to conservative investments that place capital preservation over growth. New Jersey ABLE has choices for every investor. If you choose to go the investment route, we recommend that you talk to a financial advisor. I am not a financial advisor, or a financial planner, to determine the best investment for your needs. You also have the option of contributing to an FDIC insured checking account through Fifth Third Bank National Association. And that lets you withdraw money using a debit card or by writing a check. The money that is invested in this option is tied to the New Jersey ABLE account. Let's talk about some of the provisions that come with New Jersey ABLE. So there is a 529 college savings rollover provision. This allows funds in a 529 college savings account to be rolled over into a 529A account, an ABLE account. The ABLE account beneficiary must be either the beneficiary of the 529 college savings account or a family member of the beneficiary of the 529 college savings account. The funds rolled over from the 529 college savings account to an ABLE account are subject to the annual contribution limit and thus capped at $16,000 for any given tax year, provided there are no other contributions into the account have been made during that tax year. Another provision is the eligibility for Savers Credit, also known as the Retirement Savings Contributions Credit. This allows a tax credit to low and moderate income taxpayers who make contributions to retirement accounts, such as an IRA, a 401k, or a 403b. The Savers Credit can be taken for your contributions to an ABLE account if you're the designated beneficiary and you meet the following requirements: age 18 or older, not a full-time student, and you're not claimed as a dependent on another person's return. The amount of credit is a certain percentage of your contribution depending on your gross annual income. So that maximum credit would be of $2,000 a year. There is more information regarding this provision on the website, on the www.irs.gov website. There is a whole section regarding the retirement plans as it relates to this Savers Credit. How does one, oops, I'm sorry, almost forgot another provision. You are able to, there's another provision called the Able to Save Work Act. This provision allows ABLE account beneficiaries who work and earn income to contribute above that $16,000 annual contribution limit. You can contribute up to the annual federal poverty limit of $12,880 for 2022, or up to the amount of your earned income, whichever is less. The contributions above the $16,000 annual contribution limit would be limited to contributions made specifically by the account beneficiary into their ABLE account. It can't be anyone else's contributions. The additional contribution would only be allowed if the beneficiary is not participating whatsoever in his or her employer's based retirement fund. You want to skip over that. So I said opening an account is very easy and simple. Let's talk about how to enroll. You would visit the savewithable.com to learn more about the program or request an information kit, or you can enroll online. You can also pick up the phone and call their toll-free number and speak to a program representative Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also email a census if you wanted to ask any questions about ABLE. They are very quick to respond. They get back to you within 24 hours. If you don't want to enroll online, you have the option of printing the application and mailing it into the address that's listed there. I want to mention that a Census College Savings Record Keeping Services, LLC, is New Jersey's contracted vendor. They're our program manager. They're the ones who run the program. We are the ones who do the marketing, the outreach. We attend community events and get the word out about ABLE. But by all means, if you have any further questions, you can definitely call me as well. I've put together some frequently asked questions. After doing the presentation, we thought it would be good just to go over some pretty basic questions. Hopefully some of these listed here will answer the questions that you may have. So who can open an ABLE account? It's an eligible individual can open the account for themselves, or an authorized individual can open an account on their behalf. Who qualifies as an authorized representative? This can be a person appointed as a power of attorney or someone appointed by the court to have financial authority to transact on behalf of the individual. Do I have to prove that withdrawals are for qualified disability expenses? Not at the time of withdrawal. Annually, New Jersey ABLE will report the total amount of your withdrawals to the IRS and the date and the amount of each of your withdrawals to the Social Security Administration. In the event that either entity wants to verify those expenses, it's recommended that you keep detailed records. Can I have more than one New Jersey ABLE account? Unfortunately, no. You're limited to one ABLE account, except in the case of a rollover that we talked about from another qualified ABLE program. This extends beyond New Jersey ABLE to include accounts in other ABLE programs. In the case of a rollover to an ABLE account for the same account owner, the account from which the funds are withdrawn must be closed within 60 days of the withdrawal. So you have 60 days max where you can have two before you roll over the funds into another qualified ABLE program. Can friends and family make contributions into my account? Absolutely. Anyone can contribute directly to your New Jersey ABLE account. No matter who contributes, though, you, the account owner or authorized individual, retain control over your account. How often can I change my investments? You can do this twice per calendar year. You can change, oops, hit the button. You can change your investment options for any new contributions at any time. Will my ABLE savings affect my HUD housing subsidy? Per the mandate of the ABLE Act, for the purpose of determining eligibility and continued occupancy, the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, will disregard amounts in the designated beneficiary or individual's ABLE account. Can I have both an ABLE account and a special needs trust or pooled income trust? Absolutely. What's the difference between an ABLE account and a special needs trust or a pooled income trust? Well, we say you have more control. The account beneficiary is the account owner. The account owners have the ability to make choices and control their funds as circumstances change. You have more flexibility. ABLE accounts offer various options, including checking account options and debit card options, which may be more flexible and accessible than other types of trusts and special savings accounts. The cost of establishing an ABLE account is likely to be considerably less than either a special needs trust or pooled income trust. The money that is invested in the checking option is invested into an actual checking account that is tied to the ABLE account. Any deposits into the checking option need to come into the ABLE account. Now I'd like to share some ABLE stories with you. Here we have a parent of an ABLE account owner. Her name is Lauren, and she is her son's strongest advocate. It is her #1 job. That is why she opened an ABLE account in February 2017 for Stephen, who has trisomy 9 mosaic, a rare chromosomal disorder. Funds in Stephen's account will be used to save for his future and to replace the family's aging van with a wheelchair accessible one. Lauren says, as a parent, ABLE has given me peace of mind in knowing I can set my son up financially for his current and future needs without risking benefits. Creating an ABLE account is not time consuming and very easy to do from the comfort of your own home. You really have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Even small contributions over time can have a significant impact on quality of life. Next, we are here from Katie, who is an ABLE account owner. She is 28 and she works full-time and has Medicaid through the New Jersey Workability Program. She has cerebral palsy and is using her ABLE account to save for disability-related equipment and to build her dream HGTV quality accessible home. Katie says the process of getting an ABLE account is pretty painless. It seems counterintuitive to everything we have been told. I'm a living, breathing example that this does not count against you. I'm getting the same services as before. It doesn't count against you, and unlike a trust, it isn't expensive. Edward, another ABLE account owner, he is 31 and ABLE eligible due to a spinal cord injury from a hit and run car accident when he was 17 years old. He has an MBA and is working 2 part-time jobs. He's using his ABLE account to save up for vehicle modifications and to finally move out of his parents' house and into his own accessible housing. Edward says, ABLE has allowed me to start saving without penalizing or jeopardizing my benefits. My parents worry about what will happen to me when they are no longer able to help or they have died. ABLE gives them some peace of mind about my future. Plus, unlike a special needs trust that must be controlled by a trustee or trustees, ABLE gives me, a person with a disability, control over my finances and increased independence. Would like to share some ABLE resources with you. The ABLE National Resources are primary source for keeping up with the trends and doing more outreach and seeing what other states are doing. So it's a great resource. The Social Security Administration has a whole web page. It's a spotlight on ABLE accounts. And if you don't find the information that you're looking for, you're able to email them anytime and they'll get back to you. The Internal Revenue Service, I mentioned them before, they have a whole page dedicated to the ABLE accounts as well. So I would definitely check those out when you have some time. Here is my contact information here at DDS. I'm here Monday through Friday. You can also email me with any questions that you have. And that concludes my presentation for today. Feel free to contact me at that main number if you can't get me at my direct line. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing.
All right, that was excellent. Thank you so much. Okay, so if there are any questions, you can direct them to me in the chat box or to Ursula, and we will get those answered for you. We have a few more minutes left in today's presentation. So we'll give it a moment to see if anybody has any questions, but as always, all of the workshops are being pre-recorded. They're available Facebook Live, on our page on social media. And of course, everything will be uploaded to the conference website by next month. All right, we have a couple questions here. To access funds, do I need to contact 3/5 Bank directly? How do I withdraw? How do withdrawals work?
Unmute myself. So you can contact a census. They would be able to tell you. Fifth Third Bank is where the funds are held, but because the census is the program manager, I would contact them first with that question. They'll be happy to answer that for you.
All right, another question we have is, I am having a lawyer prepare my child's special needs trust. Can ABLE funds in her account pay the lawyer's fee? Would that qualify?
That is a good question. That one, I would definitely have to ask the program manager, a census. And we gave you some listings. They said as long as it's gonna maximize your independence, it's considered a qualified disability expense. But that one, I would not be comfortable saying yes to. I can definitely give you some examples of what I have seen. Folks who, the account owner has passed away. They had outstanding bills. The family was allowed to use those funds to pay that. They also were able to use the funds for the funeral expenses. Trying to think, it's such a broad definition of a qualified disability related expense, but I've never had that question. So it's a great question. I just would not be comfortable to say, yes, use those funds for that reason. But I would check with a census. They would probably know better. They get more questions than I do.
Awesome. And then we have a little bit of feedback. It says, this was the best information that I've received. I can't wait to share it with my students and their parents.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you for doing this the second year in a row with us. We appreciate it. Here's another question. For qualifying withdrawal, health and welfare is a broad category. A vacation could be considered for health benefit. How specific must the withdrawals be? Do you have to provide a receipt?
I would keep a receipt for anything that you spend out of the ABLE savings account, the checking account, and a vacation. I saw an example of a vacation. A person with a disability wanted to go on vacation. They didn't use the funds for the vacation, but they used the funds to hire someone to help them, assist them with their activities of daily living. And that was approved. I hope that answers your question.
All right, I don't see any other questions here, but let's give it a moment just in case somebody submits one. I just put in the chat the website link for the conference. Like I said, all of the workshops are being pre-recorded and will be uploaded to the conference website by November. And there was a link dropped into each workshop yesterday and today. I will drop that in again. This is how you sign in to each of the workshops that you attend. This helps us to keep track of who comes to each of the workshops, and then of course to send out the certificates for participation. Thank you so much, Ursula. I really appreciate it. I don't think we have any other questions. I'll let you get back to your busy day. Thank you so much. We hope to see you again next year for the 2023 conference.
Yeah.
I will share the screen with the next presentation today, which I believe is at 7:15, which will be SPAN, the Statewide Parent Advocacy Network. And that workshop will be on understanding the importance of self-advocacy.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.